Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your February 2019 general tarot reading. My name is Melanie. Today I'm using two different sets of cards. The first deck I mainly use there is the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck, and the second set I use kind of more like oracle cards, of which I pull one card as an overall theme for the month, which you can see down there. I use the Dreamtime Reading Cards, and the Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system, and I just love these cards. I think visually they're very beautiful, but I really love the meanings behind them too. And at the end of the main reading there, I read from the little booklet about what the card is that came out for whatever sign this month, so I'll be doing that at the end. So yes, just a reminder that this is general. It may not resonate with everyone, and that's totally fine. Take what you like and leave the rest. Hopefully it's of some use to you. So the 5 cards that are there now, what are they about? So we start with past energies, things that you may have been dealing with in the last month or the last few months. For that, you guys have the 3 of Wands. The second card representing current issues and energy and situation for the month of February for Aquarius, the 2 of Swords. The third card there in the middle representing possible obstacles that may come up in the month of February for Aquarius, the Knave, or otherwise known as the Page of Wands. Possible helpful tools is the Knight of Wands. And finally, the outcome card for Aquarius for this month, for February 2019, you guys have the 9 of Swords card. And finally, that overall theme card there from the Dreamtime Reading Cards deck, you guys received the Sea Turtle card, which means travel. So what does all of this mean? I'll break it up into little bits, but as a general snapshot, when these cards came out for you and these messages came out from the universe through the cards, I noticed, as you can see there's a lot of Wands energy and Swords energy in the past and in the present. Swords are suit to do with thoughts, communication, beliefs, ideas, matters of the head. Wands are more your passions, creativity, matters of the soul, inspirational things, life force, sensual kind of no, not sensual things, that's more Pentacles energy, sorry. So yeah, more your passions, your creativity, your motivation, your energy, that kind of stuff. So it's just those cards, the Wands and the Swords. And what I thought too, there seems to be something around travel. The 3 of Wands card is typically about travel, so whether that's come up for you guys in the past, I'm not sure. And of course you have the Sea Turtle card here, which also means travel. I wondered if this could be actual travel that you guys have done, or traveling somewhere in your mind. But also, are you too much in your head? As we'll see there in the 2 of Swords card and the 9 of Swords cards that both came up for you guys in this reading. My sense is that this is the energies coming through this month are a bit restless sort of active energy in your mind and your body, and possibly a bit of an unsettled month, and which left me wondering, how can you sort of channel this energy more productively, get out of your head, out of this kind of wild energy and into more of a calmer space. Anyway, we'll see how that looks as I go through each individual card. So starting with the past energy, 3 of Wands. So yeah, this is a card about travel, potentially freedom, adventure, foreign lands, moving to foreign lands. It can be about cooperation, success, being on the go, troubles and problems ending, kind of being at the top of the mountain now and kind of looking ahead at the rewards to come in, your ships to come in. So hence this kind of notion of travel, because it's kind of looking across over foreign lands and foreign seas there and waiting for kind of your hard work to pay off. It's a card too about preparation, foresight, expansion, forward planning, looking ahead, being a bit closer to your goals, seeing the reward in sight, and sort of being on the last leg of a journey almost. and being at a more sort of stable place, and then sort of very much looking ahead to, well, where to from here, whether that's actually physically traveling somewhere, engaging in long distance relationships, or business relationships, or personal relationships. It's a card about sort of, self-confidence and self-belief, and kind of being at a good place, having kind of journeyed in some way. So that was the past sort of energy that's kind of springing you into the month of February, and that the main energy for this month, the card there, is the Two of Swords. Sort of current issues and current situations that may sort of dominate this month. So the Two of Swords is a card of balancing two opposing beliefs or ideas, which may be causing conflict or an argument, and there is a bit of a struggle to maintain balance and control. It's kind of being in a place of a bit of a defensive place, being in a balancing things and kind of, but struggling to maintain that balance, being in a sort of a truce or poising at a place of sort of poise, and trying to make peace with being in between things right now, whether that's in between relationships or in between jobs, in between houses. There's also with this card the potential to not be seeing things, being a bit blinded to certain things. Your head, your thoughts kind of shutting you off, or you wanting to kind of not see everything in front of you, and being a bit afraid to move forward. Maybe there's too many options, maybe you're stuck in the middle, you may be a bit of a stalemate, but this kind of sense of not wanting to see everything, being a bit blind to things, things that means you can't see everything, that some things are kind of hidden, and perhaps you're being a bit inflexible and sticking your head in the ground potentially about things, and this is causing a bit of tension in you. So you always have the choice, of course, to see things clearly. Sometimes we don't want to, though. But you, at some point though, you need to take action. You need to move from this position of sort of blocked emotions, really, and balancing these opposing sort of forces and potential ideas, and have faith, have a bit more faith perhaps in the universe, in yourself. And also this card, recommends that you seek opinions and advice from other people. If you're not seeing everything here, sometimes it's good to look outside of yourself, because you're being perhaps a little bit too subjective, and you may need a more objective opinion on something to sort of get you out of this in-between space that you may be in this month. Yeah, so moving into the possible obstacles that may come up for Aquarians in the month of February. You guys have the Knave of Wands. The Knave is also known as the Page, so it's quite a young energy. Pages and Knaves represent messages, they're messengers, very kind of youthful, adventurous kind of energies, particularly with the Wands energy, really kind of like seeking kind of adventure to kind of new places, new lands, potentially. This is quite a courageous. This could also be a person, a young man, or somebody who represents this kind of energy, whether male or female, in your life. Potentially a fire sign, so that would be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or it may not. It may just be the energies of this card's coming up. This card in particular being quite free-spirited, wanting to discover things, being full of courage, having sort of enthusiasm and excitement to try new things, and sort of like seeing the world for the first time, and suggests that something new may be coming into your life. However, this card asks you, particularly in the obstacle position, to kind of know yourself quite as well as you can, I think, and not to be too swept up in the whatever it is that may be coming in for you guys this month, and you may be swept up with this kind of youthful enthusiasm that looks very tempting. I think potentially this news or whatever that comes in, you may think, oh good, this is a way out of something, you know, and that may be tempting in light of this, the Two of Swords, feeling this month of kind of being a bit stuck between things and at a bit of a stalemate and trying to sort of balance these things. And then you have this something perhaps coming in offering you an unexpected kind of job maybe, or something to do perhaps with overseas, but you need to be mindful of and identify sort of obstacles that are coming up for you in new adventures, and I guess making sure you have a bit of a mature way of looking at whatever maybe coming in or coming up this month, because otherwise I think this could be a bit too a little bit too free spirited, and making kind of snap decisions in some way. As opposed to that, the card next to that representing possible helpful tools this month, you have the Knight of Wands. So you've kind of gone from the knave or the page to the Knight. So there's a growth there, I think. You know, that's kind of the really young energy, you know, of a page, of like a teenage kind of a childish or teenage adolescent kind of energy there, into slightly more mature energy of a Knight. So a Knight is a young man under the age of say 35, who's very adventurous, chivalrous, bit of a soldier, dynamic, particularly the Knight of Wands. You know, this guy is full of passion. He's a bit frivolous. He just wants to get out there and get into things. Knights are defenders, and they represent transformative experiences as well. This Knight can be very restless and impulsive. He can be flamboyant, like I said. He can be full of lust, full of action. Again, about travel. Hence, I really think there's some sort of major theme here this month, either carrying on from the past and coming in now, to do with travel. And like I said right at the beginning, this could be actual physical travel, or I don't know, I keep thinking kind of mental travel, and going on a journey of some sort, essentially. The Knight of Wands too, another interpretation that he can represent sort of movement in the area of your house, altered plans in some way, home renovations, moving house, moving overseas, galloping away to foreign kind of lands. So, and again, being presented with new ideas, new concepts which inspire you, you know, which may be very helpful, and suddenly you'll be able to make a firm decision. So, and being able to sort of put in motion this creative energy that is within you, is within all of us. So I think ride that wave if there is a person in your life who comes into your life, this month, with this kind of energy, or you're able to tap into this energy within yourself. Go with that and use that more than the sort of page of, or the Knave of Wands energy, which still is a little bit childlike and a bit immature at times. You know, whatever this is about, this kind of movement, travel, journey, something new, or being offered or coming in, or new opportunities, think with a little bit more maturity, as well as the excitement and the enthusiasm. Totally get that. That's fantastic. But you know, don't forget to take outside advice if you are stuck and thinking, I don't know which way to go, or I just want to make a snap decision and run away with the circus kind of thing. Because the outcome card for you guys this month is the Nine of Swords card. So here we are back in the head. Two of Swords in the head, not seeing the picture clearly. Nine of Swords, you are way in your head, as in potentially experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of mental restlessness, potentially nightmares, sleeplessness, waking in the night, really stressing out with worries, problems going round and round in your head. You know, worrying about what other people think of you, regrets about the past, present, future, worry about the future. Sudden realizations, like waking up in the middle of the night and thinking, oh my God, I've just realized this big thing about myself, and obsessing about that, over-analyzing, overthinking things. So this is a very different energy to the Wands energy that's come up before. So I think you're a little bit tormented this month. That's what I was saying. There's a really kind of restless energy going around in your life and within you this week, in your body, and in this month, in your body and your head. My sense is almost that you're too out of touch with your intuition and perhaps the universe, stuck in your head or otherwise swept away in this wild kind of passions, perhaps being not connected enough to your feelings about something, or just only focusing on the wild positive opportunities. But then in the middle of the night you wake up and you think, holy crap, I'm really stressing out about what this thing is that's being offered in my life. The flip side of that is that, with the Nine of Swords card, is that when we are stressing out and overthinking and analysing, particularly at 2 a.m, things look very different in the daylight. In the middle of the night, it's really hard to get a good handle on things and to think rationally and calmly. So slow down, wait for daylight, whether that's actually or metaphorically. Talk to some other people, help to get a bit more grounded, to be a bit more balanced. Carefully analyse something, know the reality of a situation, before perhaps diving into things. Get back in touch with yourself, trust your intuition, or reconnect to that somehow. Get out of your head into your heart a lot more this month, and back in tune with the universe if you're feeling a little bit disconnected there. Finally, I'm just going to read from this booklet, Dreamtime Reading Cards, Connect with the Ancient Spirit and Nature of Australia. Beautiful Australia. So the overall theme card that came out for you guys, as you can see there, is sea turtle representing travel. Just perfect. So I'm just going to read. The sea turtle starts life as an egg buried in sand on a beach. When the time comes, it turns into a tiny little hatchling and is drawn to the water by the sound of the sea, using imprinted knowledge that it must get to the ocean and the safety it represents. In the ocean, it will grow very large, travel far, and see the world. The sea turtle symbolises travel both internally and overseas. It can live for more than 100 years, so it also represents the knowledge gained from experience, not only in this lifetime, but the information imprinted from our ancestors as well. Even though it swims far on the ocean's currents and sees so much of the world, it instinctively returns to the place where it was born to lay its eggs, and its children do the same. The sea turtle is associated with the element of water. Interesting, because you guys actually don't have any water in your cards this month, and that's what I was saying. There's no cups cards. On some level, you guys are really kind of out of tune with your feelings and your heart here. So water is fluid, it travels, it flows, pushing the turtle along on its currents. Water also corresponds to emotions. In the sea turtle's case, it is the emotional attachment you have to home and family. Take heart in knowing that not all choices are yours to make. Sometimes energies are at work that are greater than you, and sometimes it is wise to surrender to the pull. Really interesting, I think, in light of the other messages that have come through for this month. Particularly that last line there, sort of surrendering to the pull. Maybe there is this battle, this Two of Swords, indecisiveness, being in a stalemate. Maybe there is some, I'm thinking some travel, or there has been, or there will be, or some sort of opportunity to go back to like your homeland or something, or find your roots, or maybe internally you're doing some work on, say, family issues, ancestors, intergenerational trauma or intergenerational patterns and issues that keep coming up, and you're working on that, and you're excited about that, but also really conflicted at times about that, and then that's sending you into a bit of a head spin. Yeah, and you're a little detached still, I think, from the feelings kind of thing, and your gut in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's, yeah. There's something about trouble, either way, in the past and in the present this month, Aquarius. So look, I hope February, either way, is a wonderful month for you all. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this reading. I'm very grateful that you've given it your time and attention. I hope it can be of some use to you, and maybe I'll see you back next month. Thank you.